Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void series! This is going to be a best of 7 between Dark and ByuN, starting here on Galactic Process, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player, it is ByuN. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player, it is Dark. Alright, so a TVZ here from the WCS 2016 Global Finals, final championship round. This again is a best of 7 between two of the best players on planet Earth. Very, very excited to bring you this series. I hope you're buckled in. I hope you're strapped in, whatever you need to do to avoid flying out of your seat at the sheer StarCraft 2 excitement that is coming your way. I recommend you do it now, because holy crap, ByuN versus Dark, does it get better than this? I don't know. Extractor pool opening here from Dark. Perhaps anticipating a 3 Rax Reaper opening. Still in the cards. Still in the cards for ByuN here. And actually, yep, there's the second Rax coming in from our Terran player. So definitely some aggression on the way. We're going to see at least 1 Reaper, possibly 2. Usually we see a 3rd Rax around here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure what ByuN is working on here. Oh, he took a 2nd refinery with that other 100 minerals. Interesting. So double refinery opening. Double Rax opening, that rally point tells me it is going to be at least 1 Reaper, probably 2. So a 2 Rax opening, not a 3 Rax, not as aggressive as a 3 Rax Reaper. But nonetheless, Dark's ready for it. He went pool first. He's going to have Queens out. He's going to have Lings out. He should be able to handle this just fine. ByuN kind of going halfway with this thing. And what's the follow-up going to be with the 2nd refinery? 2 workers on each refinery, so it's not fully saturated, and he doesn't have a factory yet. What is he doing with his money? He's throwing up another supply depot. So he's walling off. He's going double Reaper. We're going to name one of these Reapers is what we're going to do. We're going to name him Leet. We're going to name him Leet, as that was suggested in one of my previous casts. And it is going to be more Reapers. Whatever. This is Leet. This is Leet and his friends. I really got to get those groups of Reapers on my list, because I can't dig them out live like this. All right, I'll do that. I'll do that for the next one, I promise. The next group of Reapers we see, we will have a suggested name by you, I promise. All right, so here we go. Leet, moving on in, trying to see what he can see. Notices that the hatch is late. Says, okay, this is a pool first build. Out of Dark, there's already a Queen out. That is unfortunate for me. Queens are so good in defense against Reaper. See that? Just a few shots. Already down to 50% health. Yes, combat drugs will heal him up, but he can't get in the main anymore. Another Reaper does show up. So that's good. 2 Reapers are definitely better than 1. Trying to kill Larva and actually might get 1. Can they kill that egg before it hatches Lings? No, I don't think so. KD8 charge. He's trying to do it though. ByuN, I mean, he knows more than I do. I'm not sure. Oh, actually Dark cancels it. He cancels both of those Lings. Interesting. Interesting move there. I don't know if that was necessary. I feel like the eggs would have hatched, but at the same time, the Lings probably would have died before they got up into the main base to assist. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Out of Dark, he's going for a Queen there. There we go. Queen just dodging KD8 charges as soon as she's born. And Lings are here. Lings are here on the creep. Again, they are faster than Reapers on creep, so that's what you want to do. And they have speed as well. That was a quick speed. Out of Dark, trying to do this thing with Lings. Quick Lings, killing one of the Reapers already there. Is that going to be it? Might be it from the Reapers. There are 4 of them here. There's 1 more on the way. The follow-up, there is a factory with a tech lab coming onto it and an expansion on the way for ByuN behind this. So it's not a 1 base all-in type thing. He is going to go ahead and macro up behind this thing, but I think Dark has held this very well. He's got roaches. A Roach Warren is up at least. Ravagers are excellent against Reapers. If you can get them out, there we go. Ravager 1 and 2 are here. They're out there ready to go. They're ready to take down some Reaper scum. Reaper's trying to kill a Queen. KD8 charge knocking that Queen the other way. I think ByuN was trying to knock it towards them. The Queen towards the Reapers, which would have been a nice move. But good dodge by Dark, not allowing that to happen. And Marine follow up here from ByuN. He's going to make tanks out of that factory and a starport coming up as well. Another expansion on the way from ByuN. Man, he's double expanding behind this Reaper aggression. This is absolutely crazy from him. So now Dark has some options. He can either try to out-expand ByuN. He is scouting this. He sees a Sloverlord, I think, has scouted this base. It has scouted that base. Reaper's moving into the main base. Again, Speedlings and Ravagers, though. That is such a tough place to be. 1 Reaper does die. KD8 charge actually getting some shots off on this creep tumor, interestingly enough. So again, Dark can either basically try to 2 base all in this thing, try to end the game now here in game number 1, or he can try to out-expand his opponent, get a couple hatcheries up, go to 4 bases to 3 of ByuN's, and then try to move on from there. It looks, I don't see him, well actually he did just expand. All right, I didn't see this drone coming down. He's going to go for the 3rd base. So he's not necessarily going to go for the 2 base quick attack, quick try to kill. He's going evolution chamber for the upgrades. So yeah, if he was just going a 2 base roach ravager thing, he wouldn't be bothering with upgrades right now, especially not with +1 melee. Especially not with that. So flying tank moving in. I did forget to mention this is before patch 3.8. This tournament was held before the latest patch. So flying tanks are definitely a thing. Some of the stuff we saw from Zerg getting buffed, not a thing. Hydralisks don't have that extra range and extra speed anymore. So just kind of get yourself into that frame of reference here. But the flying tank Reaper parade is here. Drop Lord with queens inside. I like this. I like this. You can drop the queens. They can follow the tank around, shoot at the medevac as much as they want. Corrosive Bile almost hitting his own drop lord there. That was a little dangerous. He really wants to kill this destructible is what he wants to do. ByuN's 3rd base is completed. 1 SCV is mining from it. It's 48 to 45 harvesters. Dark has taken a bit of a lead here in the worker count. Baneling Nest on the way for the Zerg player. So a Roach, Ravager, Ling, Baneling type play with +1 Carapace being researched as well. Getting a lair at the same time. 2 flying tanks coming on down to join the party. Actually, is that just the 1? Yeah, that was the 1, and then picked up a friend and came back down to try to take out this 3rd. So tanks are in range from that low ground. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lings try to get surrounds on the Reapers. Bunch of Reapers are dying here. Only 2 remaining. Queens landing on the low ground. Drop Lords doing their thing. Chasing those siege tanks away. 1 medevac very low on health, and if it dies while it's carrying that tank, that is bad news. That tank is definitely going to die at that point. So ByuN pulling back. Dark has held this extremely well. Again, has about the same worker count and is going for the 4th base. Okay, so is definitely trying to out-expand ByuN, out-macro him at this point in time. Cannot argue with his logic whatsoever, not even the tiniest bit. So far, it's working out. Creep spread looking amazing. Dark's getting Baneling speed. More tanks, more Marines. +1/+1 for the bio on the way for ByuN. And getting an armory for those +2/+2 and +3/+3 upgrades. ByuN is not one to neglect upgrades. He knows how important they are, especially in TVZ. +3/+3 Marines are like little gods in this matchup. Speedlings for Dark moving on up, trying to see if there are additional bases he is unaware of. And maybe it's actually swinging around this backside looking for proxy stuff. I don't know. I guess he's looking for proxy stuff. Oh, he can actually go through here because these rocks do not exist. That is... Oh, no, they do. They do exist. They're just in a different place than I thought they were. All right, I'm going to knock down this debris. That's what Dark is working on. Taking down this debris. He's got +1 attack, so these guys are a lot more efficient at it than they would have been about 10 minutes ago. Or 10 minutes ago, but like 20 seconds ago before that +1 finished. +2 now on the way. Flying tanks, Marines moving on in, clearing out these creep tumors. Banelings morphing in a very precarious position, but they do manage to get out of there. Banelings do have the speed. Target firing are these siege tanks trying to kill the queens. Lings trying to force the Marines back into the Banelings, but no, target firing the Banelings down and pulling back is Dark. ByuN has a very nice position here. Tanks on the high ground, Marines covering one of the only ways up there. There is a left ramp Dark could use to get up onto that high ground, but instead he's defending his 4th base with everything that he's got. Marines coming in. Tanks getting massacred at this point in time. Banelings getting target fire down, not hitting anything but that tank, which is not what they want to do. One of the tanks does get taken down on that high ground by a Ravager and some Lings, which is very nice for Dark, but more Marines coming on in. More medevacs coming in as well. This is our dancing area. Ladies and gentlemen, our dance floor is here. The Lings have knocked down this debris leading up into the natural base of ByuN. He could get some harassment in if he wanted to. Droplings as well. Dark is harassing while defending his 4th base. What an absolute stud at this point. He's going to do it. He's going to bring these Lings in. He's going to attack the 3rd base and the natural at the same time. I think he's sending some Lings down. Tanks and Marines on the high ground, taking his 4th base down. Dark is going to lose it. He's going to lose it here. Lings landing here at the 3rd base. A Marine tries to stop them, but no. Not enough there. Lings, Banelings rolling on in on the other side of these rocks from the 3rd base. Corrosive Biles landing, getting some nice shots off. The tanks are gone. The Lings getting surrounded, or surrounds on the Marines. Ravagers getting shots off as well here. Lings all inside this natural base of ByuN, killing a bunch of SCVs. 13 SCVs killed thus far, but the 3rd base is under fire by some Marines. Are there enough Lings to clear these guys out? Yes, actually saving the 3rd base, forcing ByuN to pick up and try to land in the main base, but no, has Lings there as well. Dark is doing this so absolutely brilliantly right now. Queen attacking its own lair. Queen, stop. Queen, Stop doing that. You're gonna... All right, not gonna do that. Another attack here from ByuN. Marines. Marauders mixed in now with the tanks. 4th base under assault once again. Is there enough here from Dark to hold it? Banelings are morphing in, but they're getting murdered before they can actually fully reach their potential. 4th base does end up exploding here. Marines coming back into the 3rd, killing a bunch more of these drones. Are there enough Banelings? Are there enough Ravagers and Queens to save it? The 4th base is completely gone. Lings here for Dark. Are they going to run up to the natural again? They could. They have a nice opening for it there, but continuing to push is ByuN. Marines, tanks. It's 146 to 105 total supply. Banelings are not splashing very well, getting a couple Marines there, but not nearly enough. Queens dying as well. 3rd base is going to fall, and that's it. GG from Dark. Dark is defeated, and ByuN is victorious. ByuN taking game number 1. Wow, fairly handily there. Opens up with a double Rex Reaper aggression. Then I felt like Dark held off pretty well, but the follow-up with a double command center expand going into Marine tank with the upgrades, the flying tank helping him immensely during those attacks, being patient, not overcommitting, working down the hatchery at the 4th base, working on the hatchery at the 3rd, and then coming in when he has enough to finally take them out. So that's game 1. We'll move into game number 2, and we'll be back in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to this best of 7 game series between ByuN and Dark from WCS 2016 Global Finals. This is New Gettysburg, the Ladder Edition, and let's go ahead and introduce these players one more time. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the Red Terran player ByuN, currently up 1-0 on his opponent, and in the bottom right side of the map, we have the Red Zerg, currently down 1-0. All right, so I know people complain about this counter staying at 0, but check this out. I can increment this, and I should be able to hold control and the F keys to do ByuN's, but it just does the same thing for Dark. I posted about it on the StarCraft subreddit. I posted about it on Team Liquid. I contacted the creator of Servant Obs, and I'm waiting on a response from the Reddit thread and the Team Liquid thread, but apparently the creator doesn't have time for this anymore to fix it. And I really love this interface. So if you guys have any experience with replay interfaces in StarCraft 2, let me know. Shoot me an email at falconpaladin@gmail.com. I'd love to get some help with this because I really think this adds a lot of value to these series casts. All right, so once again, Dark goes Extractor into Spawning Pool, and 1 barracks this time out of ByuN. This is not a 2 racks or a 3 racks opening. He's being a little bit more standard. This time. And so we're going to go ahead and see what he follows this up with. Again, I haven't ever really seen that 2 racks opening from him before, so this is interesting. But regardless, here we are with our Reaper name list. We've got 1 Reaper coming out, and this name is Falcon Shall Be Done. Falcon Shall Be Done, somebody suggested. I'm not sure what that's all about as ByuN throws down his expansion up there. Same timing as the expansion on Dark, just a little bit different. Here. Regardless, Falcon Shall Be Done moving on out. A factory on the way for ByuN. This is what we expect from Terran players. The 1 racks expand into the factory, into the starport, getting a 2nd refinery about this timing as well. There it is. There's that 2nd refinery. And the Reaper Falcon Shall Be Done moving on out, but there will be a Queen out. There will be a handful of Lings out as well, although these Lings are scouting Lings. They're moving out to, I don't know why they're heading up to the Zalaga Watchtower. I'm not sure what information this gives Dark. Perhaps he's played ByuN on this map before, and there's been some proxy stuff up here, but this, I mean, there's basically no information, unless he's going this way just to avoid the Reaper that he knows is coming, and he's going to try to get some harassment on this expansion. He's going to try possibly to do it. No, he's coming this way. What is going on? What is over here, Dark? I don't know what you're doing. Reaper, again, not really much room to do much of anything here. Queen ready to rock. Ready to rock against that Reaper. Another Queen popping out in the main base as well. That pool first. If you're having trouble with this early Reaper, and honestly, you shouldn't. You just shouldn't as Zerg. You should be going 17 hatch into 17 pool, 17 extractor, 17 pool, and you should have 4 Lings and a Queen out about the same time the Reaper shows up. Keep the Lings on the creep, you'll be fine. Meanwhile, Dark is making additional Lings, moving them on out here. Maybe these 2 will join up with their friends. They have speed. So, I mean, Speedling is, again, about 80% better than Slowlings. That's for sure. Going to chase down this Reaper. There are 2 Hellions here now, though, from ByuN. And they're chasing these Lings all the way back home. That is not enough Lings to get surrounds on those Reapers. Dark knows it. And he's backing on out here. So, more Hellions on the way. I think we'll see about 4 from ByuN. I would be surprised if we saw more than that. But it's a Banshee, Cloak Banshee follow-up from ByuN. What is that? Cloak Banshee follow-up from our Blue Terran player here. Very interested to see what that's all about. Third hatch on the way from Dark. Hellions coming down this narrow path because any Lings cannot get a surround on this narrow path. Why is there a drone was coming this way? Drone gets killed on the narrow path. Dark, perhaps a misclick there. I don't know. I don't know. A Falcon shall be done. Still running around here. Still alive. Has no kills, but still alive. Check for the presence of a third base. They do see it. 2 Queens versus 4 Hellions and a Reaper. The Queens should be okay. 3 Queens especially, though. Good job canceling that, but running past the Queens. Queens extending a little bit. Nope. Speedlings are there to close off that gap. To close off the gap and chase away the Hellions and the Reaper. Falcon shall be done. Still has no kills to his name. He's a bit of a what am I trying to say here? A disgrace to the Reaper race. Speed Lord moving in here for Dark, seeing exactly what's going on. He's going to notice the Banshee's coming, right? He's got 2 Spore Crawlers coming up already. 1 inside his main base, 1 inside his natural, and I'm sure he'll throw one in his third base once that hatch is done popping. So Banshee's here, but again, Queens throwing down this Creep Tumors. Queens with that extra range of 8 going to be just fine. Is there an Overseer here? No, making a lair. Making a lair. That just popping the lair. Banshee here, but again, Queens can see that thing with the detection range on the Spore Crawler is longer than its actual attack range. So it can detect it up here even if it can't shoot it, allowing the Queens to see the Banshee and shoo it away. Did it get any kills? Maybe 1? Yeah, 1 drone kill. Not exactly worth it for ByuN at this point. Actually picking off some of these drones here at the third base as there wasn't a Spore Crawler here yet, but the Queens get it. The Queens get the Banshee for 3 drones. That's probably a fair trade for Dark. He's okay with it. Killing a Banshee, a Cloak Banshee at that, not having to worry about it anymore is fantastic news. Third base on the way for ByuN. He has a tank. Backing this up. There's really not much here. Okay, a handful of Marines and a tank here at the natural base, defending against an eventual attack. Another Cloak Banshee trying to sneak on into the main base, but the Queen stabbing it again from that range of 8. Stab, stabbity, stab, stab. Picks off a drone, 2 drones. Great job there by ByuN, but I don't think the Banshee's going to live. There's nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Ouch, Hellions sneaking into the third base. Great surround with the Lings, though. Oh, Dark, what a beautiful surround there. Just absolutely beautiful. It's 45 to 44 Harvesters. Dark has a tiny, tiny bit of a lead. He's going for a Baneling Nest, going for +1/+1 for these melee units for the Zerg. And again, not much here for ByuN. I mean, the harassment that he's done is killed 7 drones, which I don't know if that's really worth it for all of these invested into it to this point. Speed Overlord here, checking the third base. There's not one. Throwing down a 4th base in response is Dark, feeling pretty good about himself and macroing his face off on this map. No, Falcon shall be done. He does have 1 kill, but he dead now because the Speedlings chased him down and murdered him with their claws. See, that's what they have, claws. Infestation Pit on the way for Dark, morphing on inside this main base. Baneling that's done. We're going to see speed. Slow Banelings are not that great, it turns out, especially not against somebody like ByuN. And again, this is not patch 3.8, so the Banelings don't get that extra 10 hit point bonus when they get speed. A little bit easier to pick off from distance for these Marines. ByuN has a lot of practice with this one. Infestation Pit just about to complete here. I wonder if we're going to see Ultras out of Dark. Again, they have the 8 armor in patch 3.7, unlike the 7 available in patch 3.8. Creep spread from Dark is just beautiful to behold at this point. Pretty much halfway up to the Zelnaga Watchtower, or halfway across the map at the Zelnaga Watchtower. Marine count getting a little bit high here for ByuN, going that Marine tank build. Combat shield on the way, +1 attack on the way, and +1 armor for those infantry units as well. There's that Baneling speed. A lot of Banelings coming in, and a quick hive, 7-minute hive on the way for Dark, but is to be expected from a player of this caliber. Small Drop Lord, small Baneling Rain Drop Lord coming in, sneaking down this left side. Might try to land on this third base, or perhaps the natural. There's really nothing to stop it here. But except for himself, the Overlord has stopped. The Drop Lord has stopped, holding the Zelnaga Watchtower. Now it's ByuN coming up with his tanks, his flying tanks, and his Marines, clearing out these Creep Tumors, causing Dark no end of grief by murdering these things. And actually flying in here to the third base, dropping the Banelings, getting some nice hits off. 8 SCV kills, possibly more. Yes, gets 9. That splash was enough to get 9 SCV kills at 72 to 54 Harvesters, 4 bases to 3 bases. That third base is not very saturated at all for ByuN. ByuN needs to push in and do something now. He's pushing in with his Marines. +1/+1 has completed on these guys, making them that much more scary. Throwing down Creep Tumors as the other Tumors die is Dark. He knows how to handle this. He knows how to handle it for sure. Tanks on the high ground, splashing on some of these Lings. Most of the Lings are too smart to get that close. +2/+2 on the way for these melee units for Dark as well. Queen count looking very healthy at the same time. Stabbing away. Trying to get those medevacs, but ByuN pulling them back very well. Changelings trying to sneak in there, but nope. ByuN too smart for that. Murders them immediately. And Droplord heading back home after having dropped those banelings off a while ago. So 4th base up and running. Ling's checking for stuff here. 5th base here for Dark in this middle section to the right of this chasm, right in the middle of this map where there's like a giant tail of something down there. Moving into the 4th base, though, here is ByuN. He's got tanks on the high ground. He's got Marines. Full evacuation of drones from this 4th base, and he's just conceding it. Dark is conceding the 4th base right now. He's moving with a ton of Lings, though, along this narrow path. Can he get through here and do some work? He's trying to build a supply depot to block this off as ByuN, but no! Not going to happen. Widowmine shot! 20 kills? What? Widowmine shot. Nothing there as well, but the Lings decide to retreat. There's enough of a resistance here to chase them away. Lings, Banelings, Ultralisk Cavern. Just about to complete for Dark. If he can get those, he should be in a pretty good spot here against ByuN, but we've seen ByuN beat Ultras before in patch 3.7, so I would not be surprised at all to see ByuN handle this thing here in game number 2. Marine count really high. 56 Marines holding Zelnog Watchtower temporarily is Dark. 5th base up and running, so losing the 4th wasn't a huge deal. He's trying to replace it, actually. He does have enough minerals to do so, but its attention seems to be elsewhere at the moment. Single Marine walking up onto all these queens way in Zerg territory. Not sure how he got there. Ling's running around trying to delay the construction of this 4th command center. They get it. They get the delay. That little thing can be a big deal in a match with players as good as this. Chitin is plating on the way for Dark. And moving into this 5th base. Here come the Marines. Here come the tanks. Marines do have the +2/+2. Dark needs to move if he's going to save it. Transfuses and moving in with the Lings and the Banelings from all sides. Widowmine shots hitting Banelings and Zerglings there. Chasing away. Ultras are here at the same time. Everybody going home for ByuN. Medevacs trying to trail as well. Where are those queens? I don't know, but the whole army in a lot of trouble right now. Pulling back. Liberators setting up a bit of a defensive strategy there. And the Banelings getting focused down. Man alive. ByuN so good at target firing those little things, those little yellow balls, yellow-green balls there. 4th base canceled entirely by ByuN, and the Ultras and the Lings swing up the top path to escape a little bit here. So saving the 4th base, or 5th base, reconstructing his 4th base and delaying the 4th base of ByuN, I think was a good combination of stuff there for Dark. He's got a Spire on the way. Chitinous plating just about to complete here. He does not have +3 ground armor on the way there, or ground carapace. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what the delay on that is, but regardless, moving out again. Marines, Liberators, Medevacs, Widowmines for ByuN. Trying to head up here to this North Zelnog Watchtower. It's 181 to 156 total supply. Dark has a very nice lead, getting 3 Vipers too. Vipers can be good here. Parasitic Bomb on the Liberators, not bad if they're clumped up. Blinding Cloud, very good as well on the tanks that are likely going to be around here. Actually, I don't see any tanks at this moment. So Marines hanging out inside the Liberator Defender mode circles. Ultra trundles up here just a little bit, decides to retreat. He could use some infestors with fungal growth, I feel like, but he does not have any. It turns out, just going Ling, Ultra, is he just going for it? No, he doesn't want to walk into those circles. Some Widowmines mixed in there as well for ByuN, just in case the Lings and the Banelings get a little bit too close. Again, this is the dance we are seeing here. Dark doesn't really want to commit. ByuN doesn't really want to commit either. He's trying to bait Dark into it and coming into these circles and into these Widowmines, but Dark says, no, no thank you. I'm getting 6 Corruptors, 18 Banelings morphing in right on now. And his Vipers are probably sucking energy off, or health off something. Here they are, full health, just about full health Vipers. Very close to being that anyway. So Blinding Cloud can be good here. Parasitic Bomb on the Liberators might also be excellent. Queens here for anti-air, Corruptors here for anti-air. And here it is. Moving in is Dark from the right to the left side. Abduct on the Liberators, getting cleaned up by the Corruptors. Lings, Banelings walking on in. Widowmines gone. Ultras on top of what they can get on top of at this moment, which is not much, but coming in to sandwich from both directions. Liberators setting up defender circles. ByuN responding well. The Baneling hits all over the place. ByuN trying to take a 4th base right here, but guess what? Lings and Ultras are here as well. A bit of a drop here at the 4th from Dark, but Sporecrawler killing the Medevacs. Lings and Banelings rolling on and clearing everybody out at this 5th base of Dark and saving it alive. Down to 3 bases is ByuN long distance mining, but guess what? Ultras and Lings are here. It's 192 to 120 Total supply. Dark doing this thing, killing long-distance mining SCVs. Can he hold on here in game number 2? He needs to even this up. Going down 0-2 to ByuN would be just disastrous at this point in this best of 7 series. Everybody gearing up on the outside. Dark being very patient right now, not going in until he's ready to go in, and now he is. Lings on the front, Ultras trundling along behind. Again, these aren't even fully upgraded Ultras yet, but Baneling's getting some nice hits off. Corruptors killing Liberators, picking them out of the sky, and that's it. A good game out of ByuN. ByuN is defeated. Dark is victorious. And Zerg gets the win here in game number 2. So it is tied up 1-1 in this best of 7 series. Very interested to see who's going to come out in game number 3. But again, just pretend this says 1-1. I'll do it for you. 1-1. Excellent. Excellent. So again, just beautiful play by Dark. He only really used 7 armor ultras, which is basically like he was playing in patch 3.8 without the extra Baneling upgrades. ByuN benefiting, what did he benefit from here in 3.7? I don't think anything really. The Liberator, was that changed in much? I don't know. The tank splash is less, so the tanks weren't as good as they would have been in 3.8, but anyway, just beautiful patience from Dark, not walking into situations until he was ready for them, until he could abduct the Liberators, get them out of there, lower that Liberator count, take some hits from the Widow Mines if necessary, take some hits from the Liberators if necessary. But in the end, wrecked the army here, continued to push on down. ByuN tried to take a base right outside the area of conflict. It was maybe a mistake on his part instead of trying to throw it up here. Although he had lost it up there once, so maybe he was a little bit gun shy. Regardless, Dark takes the win, ties it up, and we'll be back with game number 3 in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to this best of 7 between Dark and ByuN from the WCS 2016 Global Finals. This is game 3 between these two players, and let's introduce them again. In the bottom right side of Frozen Temple, we have the blue Terran player. It is ByuN. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Dark. So Dark coming back with a vengeance there in game number 2. Again, like I said before, going down 2-0 against ByuN is basically a death wish. You have no shot, man. No shot at winning, what is it, 4 of the next 6 games against him? It just seems impossible. Maybe not impossible, but just way more difficult than it should be. Anyway, here we are again, an extractor pool opening from Dark. He really doesn't like going hatch first against ByuN, and I can't say I blame him. He did fine in the macro game in game number 2, despite the fact that he went for this extractor pool opening. It helps him against early Reapers, especially if there are multiple Reaper openings coming his way. And again, ByuN, it looks like he's going for a... it is a 2 racks opening here. It is a 2 racks opening. Same thing he did in game number 1. All right, we'll see if this is going to be, in fact, double Reaper. I think it is. Again, based on this rally point, it's way across the map. Way across the map. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, still right out here, just outside the natural base for Dark. Expansion on the way for Dark. And double barracks not quite done yet. We're going to go to name this guy, and his name is going to be Don't Fear. After years of research into the Blue Oyster occult, the Terran Dominion finally found a way to summon the Reaper. Being as uncreative as Terrans tend to be, the Dominion slapped him in a Reaper suit and sent him off to reap the enemy's souls. Do Zerg have souls? I don't know. I really don't know. So anyway, this is going to be Don't Fear. Don't Fear the Reaper. Clever. Clever name indeed. He's moving on out. There's another Reaper on the way. We'll see how intense this Reaper pressure is going to be from ByuN. He is making a third one, so at least going to be 3 here. Queen on the way, just about to pop for Dark. Back over on the other side of the map here on Frozen Temple. Speed on the way too. Dark really loves getting that speed as fast as he possibly can. Cannot argue with that. Speedlings so much better than slowlings in every way. Although, did you hear on the Reddits? Kitty charge knocking that queen back. Still getting some nice shots off on Don't Fear though. Man, you can't die already, Don't Fear. Jeez. Can't die right now. You gotta wait for your friends at the very least. Anyway, Reddit, a few days ago, actually last week, earlier this week. Anyway, there was a thread about how Zanster made it to GM just going slowlings and queens. Period. That's it. I gotta find some of those games and cast them because they sound hilarious and stupid among most things. KDA chart is being thrown down by these 2 Reapers. This is Don't Fear and his 2 friends. 3 more Reapers on the way, though. Is he going 3 racks Reaper here? 1, 2, 3. He is. He's going 3 racks Reaper. Interesting. Interesting enough here. So Queen's getting some shots on everything. Speedlings doing what they need to do on this high ground, getting some beautiful shots off. KD8 charge dodging that as well, almost hitting his own friend there. Queen's on the high ground. Reaper group, Don't Fear and his friends still here. Hasn't lost any, so Don't Fear is still around. He's going to try to get some shots off on this natural base. Roach is on the way. Again, Ravagers is really what you want in this situation. Overlord scouting exactly what ByuN is doing, seeing more and more Reapers coming out, but canceling one of the Reapers in exchange for a tech lab. So I think that might be the end of the Reaper production. I mean, it's not like it's 2 or 3, it's 10. It's going to be 10 Reapers when all is said and done here. Nope, canceling that one too and going for a reactor. So switching over into the bio, again, being scouted by Dark. Dark sees exactly what is going on here. Reaper count moving on up. Are there Ravagers here yet? No, there are not. He can't, I mean, it's clickable. It's clickable. KD8 charges being thrown down, trying to kill these eggs, but nope, Overlords pop out, no big deal. There's the Ravager upgrade, the Ravager morph, right? Morphing into a Ravager with that extra range and a little bit extra speed. Aren't they a little faster than Roaches? 3.15 and 3.85, yes. Extra speed for dodging and extra range for hitting. Ravagers are exactly what you need here. So excellent job by Dark. Zerg players, if you're struggling with this is how you do it. This is how you do it. KD8 charges being thrown out everywhere. This is the point where there are so many Reapers, they can pretty much consistently throw down KD8 charges every 2 or 3 seconds and never run out. So Dark pushing out, though. Look at him go. He's not playing defense. He's getting up here to try to do some work against the Terran player, but there's a bunker at the front. There are more and more Marines being produced. Marauders as well. Stim being researched. A factory on the way. Lings here for Dark as well. Ooh. This could be a really dangerous attack. One of the Ravagers actually does die, though. Again, I think ByuN's trying to hold this ramp is what he's doing. Knocking Ravagers back. Again, the best animation in the game are the knockbacks. Lings trying to get on top of these units, but getting knocked back as well. KD8 charge is getting some hits here. Dark's going for it, though. He's 2-basing this thing. He's got 22 workers. He's down by 10. He knows he needs to beat ByuN right now, or he's in so much trouble. So here it is. Ravagers moving in. Lings 2. Nope, backing on out. You can't give ByuN more time here. He wants another Ravager. He wants to go mass Ravager with some Ling support. He can make a lot of Lings with 22 workers. Corrosive Bile takes out the bunker. Exactly what they needed to do. But it's a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders here. And again, the KD8 charges do not discount that damage. It's 10 damage per shot, which adds up over time here. I think ByuN has this, you guys. I think ByuN has enough units to defend this situation. Corrosive Bile's thrown down, trying to get that add-on. They do get the add-on, slowing down the production capabilities of ByuN, which is wonderful here. More Lings coming across the map, trying to rally and take care of Reapers, pushing everybody back. Corrosive Bile's trying to hit, being dodged ably by ByuN, though. Standing on in. Marines stimming forward, very low on HP, but still doing full damage. They're taking out these Ravagers one by one. And that's it. Dark loses all of the Ravagers, held wonderfully. Lings trying to get that run-by action here into the main base, but are there enough of them? I don't think there are, and that's it. A GG from Dark. Dark is defeated, and ByuN takes game number 3, holding off a 2-base Ravager Ling counterattack attempt by Dark, after Dark holds off the early 3-Rax Reaper with much, much effect and aplomb. Well done. I think Dark had the ability to go ahead and just drone up after that early attack. He had the ability to defend the Reapers, but he chose to go for something that maybe ByuN wasn't expecting, but ByuN was able to delay, right? He delayed using KD8 charges here on this ramp especially, and here on this ramp leading up into his base. And maybe his side of the map is a more accurate way to say that. But just the delay. ByuN was able to get out a bunch of Marines, bunch of Marauders after that. Getting Stim was also hugely important for him. And he held off the attack by Dark, taking game number 3 and taking a 2-1 series lead in this best of 7. All right, so we'll be right back with game number 4 in just a minute. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to Falcon Paladin's Best of 7 series between ByuN and Dark from the WCS 2016 Global Finals. This is game number 4 between these two players here on Apotheosis. In the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is ByuN, currently up 2-1 on his opponent, looking very, very suave doing so. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Dark. Okie doke. So Dark, again, he made a good decision, I would say, in game number 2, trying to do that counterattack with the Ravagers against ByuN, but the delay was too much. The delay really prevented his Ravagers from getting there in time to do really the amount of damage that he needed to win that game. And as a result, ByuN was able to force the GG after picking off those Ravagers extremely well, just dodging corrosive biles the whole time. ByuN is a superhero, man. He is a superhero level StarCraft 2 player, and we are all lucky to be watching him today. All right, so it is a 1 racks opening from ByuN. I don't see a multiple racks opening here from him, although there's still time. And I suppose there is technically still time, but it looks like he's saving up the minerals past the 150 count to go for the 400 for the expansion. I think that's what he's working for. Anyway, this is likely to be a Reaper, though. And again, the extractor pool opening from Dark. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's been in all of these games. He's not getting stomped by ByuN by any means. So extractor pool into hatch, it just delays it a little bit. Delays the hatch a little bit, but getting that queen out early is just peace of mind. It's peace of mind is what it is. So Reaper on the way from ByuN. Let's go ahead and name this guy. This is one heck of a backstory. This is Lord Paulus of Paulland. Lord Paulus was born on the distant Terran province of Paulland. In his training, the scrawny Lord Paulus learned to master the unnatural movement caused by the Reaper's jetpack and even started to name his own maneuvers. With these maneuvers, his colleagues began to revere his ferocity during combat exercises. However, one fateful day, the province of Paulland... Hang on. Let's follow him. Here we go. The province of Paulland was besieged by the Zerg. After the initial wave defeated most of Paulland's forces, Paulland's evacuation fell on the shoulders of Paulus's comrades. As the final refugees were boarding the evacuation ships, a horde of Zerglings breached the site. The battle raged for 20 minutes. The onslaught of the Zerglings was fierce, but Paulus and his comrades were fiercer. As the final Zergling fell, Paulus cheered, expecting cheers of his comrades. But as he looked around, he saw that he was the only one left alive. He boarded a nearby medevac and never looked back. Wow, that was a little tender moment there for Paulus of Paulland. All his friends are dead. All right, so he's moving in. Again, the story ends with him living, which I'm not sure we're going to see today. Queen already there to stab at this Reaper. KD8 charge dodged by Dark. Excellent job, but already down to 28 out of 60 hit points. Below 50% health. Speedlings are here, going to finish him off. No, Paulus of Paulland. I don't think he got any kills. Did he get any kills? Nope. All right, Paulus. It was a worthy effort. You were controlled by ByuN, which is all anybody can ask for. Hellion follow up here. Expansion by Dark here at the gold base for his 3rd. Again, that's such a great thing for Zerg to have this early gold. Hellion's trying to roast it up, but I mean, they can kind of tickle it, but not really kill it. Queen's walling off this gap that leads from the 3rd base to the natural base. They're going to take these shots. They'll allow the Hellions to do this all day, but they are not allowing the Hellions to move into the natural base or the main base, which is why they're creating this wall. Meanwhile, at the Terran base, a speedy Lord is scouting everything out here, does see the factory double pumping out Hellions, expects more of them to come. More of them to come along. The Hellions going the long way around, meeting up with some more of their friends, meeting up with another Reaper, a 2nd Reaper? Out of ByuN, interesting decision from him. I mean, all right. I mean, I guess it's just at this stage of the game, it's hard for me to see what value he provides, except with KD8 charges, and even then, I don't know. Speedlings here, ready to trap the Hellions if necessary, and they are. They're trying to do it. No, good moving around. They're trying to get into a position to do this thing, and they are getting some shots off, but not killing as many as you would expect. Split the drones, not getting split as well as you would want them to see if you're Dark. That is 10 drone kills. 4 Hellions still alive. Moving in to the main mineral line next of all. Oh, this is not going well for Dark. Not going well for Dark, even the tiniest of bit. Don't get a hit there. The Hellions all very low on health. They are stuck. They are stuck in this corner. I think they're all going to die. 1, 2. Oh, the 2 of them live, but getting picked off. Bam, bam. Meanwhile, more Hellions here at the 3rd. Where are the drones transferred? Oh, no, Dark. Oh, no. 21 drone kills. 22 drone kills. Yes, Lings may get their revenge, but they need to defend. They need to defend in that situation. It's 43 to 25 Harvesters, 22 dead drones. Dark is trying to make up for this desperately by getting this gold base saturated as much as he possibly can without oversaturating it, and trying to resaturate his main base, which is pretty much just, it's gone. It's gone. He's got 3 workers here, period, out of the 16 available. Great wall of supply depots here for ByuN, recognizing that a Ling counterattack is pretty much the only thing Dark can do right now to really threaten him. And getting through a supply depot wall is very difficult for Zerglings, so that is exactly why ByuN is doing that. Throwing up additional barracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 barracks at the 5-minute mark. Good heavens. Good heavens, ByuN. You are truly a man. A man among StarCraft 2 players. So droning up. He's at 40 to 49 is Dark. He's trying to come back. He is making the most of it. More Hellions coming in, though. Is there an armory? Could this be a Hellbat follow-up? It could be. It could be a Hellbat follow-up here. Man, resources lost. About 850 for the Terran, 1,600 for the Zerg. All of those being drones, I think. Well, I guess 20 Lings died, too, so that doesn't help. Doesn't help. 4 Queens versus 6 Hellions? I mean, it's enough to shoo them away. Maybe try to come back in a different way. Force the Queens to respond. And maybe kind of try to guess where the Hellions are going, but it seems like they're not interested in really attacking any further, just kind of forcing a response from Dark and then going home. Baneling Nest coming up for Dark here. He's also getting +1/+1 for his melee units. Third base here for ByuN. Orbital Command ready to rock. And transferring some SCVs down here as well to start that mining action. Alright, so it's 50 to 56 Harvesters. If anybody can recover from losing early 20 workers, it's going to be a Zerg, and it's going to be a Zerg as good as Dark is. Fourth base coming up for the Zerg player here to the left of the natural. And getting a lair as well. So that lair just about to finish. That will help him immensely in getting further upgrades. Getting Baneling speed immediately. Did you see that? Did you see the timing on that? It was fast. It was super fast. Hellions trying to come in here, roast up a creep tumor. They are, oh, they don't get it. They don't get the creep tumor. Spreading it further here is Dark. This is one thing Dark likes, is he likes the creep spread, and why not? It gives you additional vision, it gives you additional speed, it makes the Terran afraid to come onto your side of the map. I mean, ByuN isn't necessarily terrified of it, but still. So it's a Hellbat Marine follow-up from ByuN. Trying to kill these creep tumors with Hellions before the bulk of the army shows up. They get 3 of them. No, just 2. Or 1, rather. One of the creep tumors. Creep still spreading despite the best efforts of ByuN here. So Hellbat count is currently 10. 10 Hellbats, 29 Marines. The Marines have stim. Of course, they have stim. And +1/+1, too. Here we go. Dark, what is he going to do with his Banelings? He needs speed. It's not ready yet, though. He's going to try to go for it anyway. Is he going to try to go for it anyway? Yes, gets a nice Baneling hit there on some of these Hellbats, but they can be healed up, so he's got to kill them and not just wound them. Oh, I don't know if that was enough. I don't know if that was enough. The Queens are standing in like champs, taking a lot of these shots. Lings surrounding and murdering a lot of those Marines. And actually, the Hellbats are all gone, too. Nicely done. Nicely done. And look at, oh, a Ling run by here at the third base. Takes out 10 SCVs. 55 to 53 Harvesters, Lings, and Banelings on top of these Marines and Marauders, chasing everybody away. Good micro here from ByuN. Keeping the units alive, killing these creep tumors, pushing on in, recognizing he has a bit of an advantage. Desperately making Lings as Dark and Banelings. They do have speed now. Queens dying. Queens trying to transfuse each other. Lings, do they have upgrades right now? They do have the +1/+1, which is so useful in this situation. ByuN is going to keep the pressure up, though. He's going to 3-base this thing until the end of time, or until the Zerg player is dead. Banelings coming in. Dark, trying to balance the effort of trying to keep things saturated, trying to expand while still making enough units to stay alive. It's 55 to 56 Harvesters. So still, Dark in a good position economically, but again, if he hadn't had to replace those drones, his army would be bigger now. Widowmine's here for ByuN. A Ling counterattack again from Dark. ByuN gave him a bit of a window of opportunity. He's going to take it, making more and more Banelings, getting +2/+2. Lings fired upon by a Widowmine, or maybe these Marines and Marauders nonetheless. Drop. No, drop coming into the main base. Banelings are here. 2 Banelings for a Marine. Fair trade, says ByuN. I'll take that, and actually some Lings responding as well, forcing the medevacs away. Queens getting one of the medevacs, possibly. Yes, they do get one of the medevacs. Excellent pick off there. Queen count fairly high for Dark. He's got 9 of them. Transfuse is keeping him alive as well. Lings and Banelings kind of stuck behind the Queens, though. You got to make way for the Banelings. Wow, big time Baneling hit. Wow, big B hits there. Another attempt to come on in. Widowmine's getting cleared on out. Another attempt to drop here in the main base, but so many Lings coming up to meet these Marines. And ByuN says, I'm getting out. I'm getting out of this business for sure. Overseer on the way for Dark in case there are more Widowmines on his creep. +3/+3 on the way for ByuN. Through all of this aggression, he's still getting +3/+3. Lings trying to do counterattacks, but meeting up with reinforcing units. from ByuN here, and actually picking off a Marine. That's pretty good, but more units kill them instead. Small drop here from ByuN, 3-4 Marines sitting outside the creep, outside the main base. Coming down this left side is ByuN, new attack path, coming to assault this fourth. There are Lings, there are Banelings ready to rock. Widowmines burrowing at the front in great positions. Is there an Overseer here? There is an Overseer here. And the fourth base is under assault by a large contingent here. Banelings getting a big hit on that right side. Lings trying to surround the dudes as they split. Banelings getting some shots off. Widowmines hitting as well, though. Good split, and then coming back together. Here is ByuN. Queens forced to retreat. 28 Lings in production. More and more coming on back home. The fourth base explodes. Great pickup there by ByuN. Lings trying to get their revenge. Focus firing the Banelings, though. Nicely done, and Dark calls the GG. Dark is defeated, and ByuN is victorious here in game number 4. Oh, excellent work there by ByuN. The early Hellion harass, I don't know. I'm not sure how much of a difference that made. I just want to say that if Dark didn't have to replace those 20 drones, he would have had more Lings, more Banelings, and ByuN would have had a harder time doing this. But as it stands, ByuN was able to get up that huge worker lead, sit there at about 50 workers, 56 workers, and then just go 3 base, power off 3 bases, take a 4th base behind it as well, get his upgrades moving. And then from there, it was just micro. It was this decision-making, it was splitting, it was coming back together, it was picking off bases, it was lifting, it was dropping. It was, I mean, APM for our Terran player, 377, Dark's was 428. Just, it requires so much in these games. And again, Dark holding his own for the most part, but ByuN's able to just take over in the last couple minutes of this game. Last couple of minutes, the last couple engagements, that's all it really took for Dark. A lot of Zerg blood down here, 4th base gone, and Dark was forced to tap out. So, great job there again by ByuN. That gives him a 3 games to 1 lead on Dark. Can Dark come back? Can Dark come back and make a series of this thing? We will see in game number 5 coming up in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to this best of 7 game series between Dark and ByuN from the WCS 2016 Global Finals. This is game number 5 here on King Seaton Station, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is ByuN. And in the top left side of the map, sporting red again, is the Zerg player Dark. Alright, so again, Dark holding his own in this series, but down 3-1. 3-1 is not where you want to be against ByuN. It just feels bad. It feels bad, man. .jpg. Just not where people tell their kids they were back in the day. There's this one time I was down 3-1 against ByuN. Although, honestly, if I took a game off ByuN, I'd be like, yo, remember that time I beat ByuN once? That was amazing. Extractor pull here from Dark, not going for the hatch first yet again. The early pressure from ByuN is just making him do this. And again, I think he's okay with it. I think it's a smart thing. I think he can win with this opening. It's not a huge difference from going hatch extractor pool. But it's just testament to how good the early game of ByuN is, that Dark doesn't even want to bother with it, doesn't want to scout, doesn't want to see what ByuN is doing. He knows a 3 racks Reaper is a possibility, and he just goes extractor pool just in case. ByuN, on the other hand, does not seem to be going multiple racks here, so I don't think we're going to see 2 racks or a 3 racks Reaper, but we are going to see a 1 racks Reaper, I think, and there it is. This Reaper's name is Reaper Raynor, the unknown child of Jimmy and Sarah during the Brood War era that Menks kidnapped. Menks put him to battle, but if he can survive 5 minutes, Raynor will come and save him. Comment says, I know it doesn't match the story exactly, but we'll pretend it happened before Legacy of the Void. Alright, so this is Raynor, the son of Jimmy and Sarah. If he can survive 3 minutes, Raynor will come save him. Alright, so we got 5 minutes after he comes out, or 5 minutes period. Let's say 5 minutes after he comes out. Alright, so now, 2 minute mark. If he can survive to the 7 minute mark, Raynor will save him, and he will live happily ever after with his parents, which again we know is impossible, but alternate timeline. Rick and Morty has taught me that alternate timelines are a thing. So that's what we're going to say. This is alternate timeline, baby Raynor. Okie doke, so here he comes. Again, ByuN, he controls his Reapers well, but he doesn't necessarily want them to live that long. So we'll see. We will have to see. I mean, this adds a little bit of drama to this one. The timer is counting, and look at this, staying alive. Staying alive is little Raynor here. Heading back on out. He just checked for the base and going back home and then going back on up. Like he's conflicted, right? He's conflicted somehow. I want to kill the Zerg, but I also want to live. I think every soldier has some level of those feelings here. Gonna check for a quick third hatch. No third hatch from Dark. He's just getting Overlord speed and Ling speed and all manner of speeds. Getting a couple Lings and a Queen as well. Ling, Queen, Marine. Those get mixed up in my mouth sometimes. You may have noticed. I'm intending to say Zergling and I say Marine or vice versa. Just because the een. It's all the same thing, you guys. It's all the same thing. Casting makes your brain mush on occasion. There's the factory landing for ByuN. There is a double barracks opening, but mostly for Marines here. And there's the starport. So I think ByuN's going for the old standard 5-minute double medevac drop with a bunch of Marines here. Specifically, 16 of them. 16 to 20, depending on what you want to do. So Dark is scouting this out. He kind of sees it. He's got Overlords in position to scout. Here we go. He's moving in with his Speedy Lord. Again, the Marine count pretty much ensures this Overlord will die, but he knows his mission. He's coming in. He does see the double barracks. He's actually trying to live, and he does. Look at that. Dark taking care of his units in a way we don't see very much on StarCraft 2 at this pro level. So there we go. Starport moving over to the factory. There's the reactor swap. Bam. Medevac production begins at the 4-minute mark. 1 medevac and 2 medevacs as soon as ByuN can afford it. And there it is. Marines on the way. Stim on the way. Exactly what we're expecting. So Dark should have played against this about 1,000,000 times. But 1,000,000 times he should have seen this. So he should be ready for it. Double evolution chamber on the way for the Zerg player. And keep in mind, if ByuN wins this, it's over. It is over for him. It is a 4-1 global finals victory for ByuN, and Dark just goes home. That would just, it would leave a bad taste in his mouth, I'm sure. I'm positive that is the case. So engineering on the way for ByuN. He wants to get those upgrades while he's doing this drop. There it is, 4.5 minutes. This is how ByuN does it, you guys. This is how ByuN does this thing. 4.5 minutes, he's moving out. That's how fast he is. Diamond level players, Masters level players, GM level players, 5 minutes. Him, 4.5. 30 seconds is a huge difference in this situation. So here we go, and there he is. Hey, look, it's Raynor. Raynor's down here scouting stuff out, trying to stay alive. We'll keep an eye on him. Queens, so many queens for Dark. Wow, 5 queens, making 2 more at once. Baneling nest on the way, but here comes that push from ByuN. So many Marines on the field, 19 of them. Killing creep tumors, pretty much all he wants to do at the moment. Still here is Raynor. Is there more than 1 Reaper on the field? No, it's just the one. It's just the one. Just the one. Marines dancing back and forth, killing tumors as quickly as they can. Queens replacing them as soon as they die. 3rd hatch is on here and completed for Dark as well. +1 attack on the way for the ByuN, and combat shield coming up for the Terran player being researched as well. So +1/+1 for the melee for Dark. +1 melee attack and +1 ground carapace. Lings trying to sneak it up, and Queens. Queen gets picked off very nicely, but ByuN runs for it. 4 queens and that many Lings. A little too scary, at least without +1/+1 in combat shield. ByuN decides to back out. So again, Dark has seen that 100 times a day for the last every day for several months. So he knew how to deal with it, pushed it away very nicely. It's 51 to 42 Harvesters. Dark has a nice worker lead and nice base lead as well, and he's in good position here. So we're going to see how he manages to follow this up. What he chooses to do, again, I think he's going to go for ultras based on this early +1/+1 for the melee attack and ground carapace. Just makes sense. It doesn't make sense to do that and then go for like a Lurker Ravager play, which would be interesting, but I'm not sure how effective it would be against ByuN. So Lings and slow Banelings and Queens here. Tanks, flying tanks for ByuN. Again, this is patch 3.7, not 3.8. Flying tanks landing in great positions. Again, ByuN knows where to put his tanks. He knows where to put his tanks on every single map for the optimal damage and range and protection on these guys. Slowly sieging forward, getting into position to where they can hit this. Lings and Banelings saying, get out of our backyard. Get out of here. Banelings crashing on top of the... Whoa, no, saving the tank is ByuN. Lings trying to get that surround, trying to stop them from moving, but target firing those Banelings. Man, ByuN. So many dead Banes. 9 of them dead. Dead without exploding where they want to explode. That's the difference. They want to die, but they do not want to die out here. They want to die here on top of the Terrans where their delicious juicy flesh is, and they could be acid dissolved into popsicle material. Alright, so ByuN's here. He's got Marines. He's got tanks. His tanks are still alive, mind you. Still alive. Is our Reaper dead? Reaper's dead. Did he? I don't think he made it. He didn't make it! Sorry, dude. Sorry, Raynor's here now, but it's too late. Too late for you, my friend. The Zerg Swarm murdered you quite efficiently. Ling run by to the natural base, but amazing wall from ByuN. Like, take a snapshot of this, Terran players. Look at that. No Ling run by is possible here. That is an excellent wall. Just makes good use of the space. Pushing up. Slow Banes again. Baneling's speed is on the way, but it's not here yet. That's for sure. Baneling's forced to explode on the tanks. Killing both of them is nice. Queen's picking off medevacs in the sky as well. Also excellent from Dark. And ByuN heading home. Another Ling counterattack. Trying to come down. Trying to land a third base is ByuN. The problem with walls is they can't extend to this third base location. And usually most third base locations are really hard to wall off. You actually have to defend it, it turns out. So Ling's here. Can they get down here in time to delay it? This Ling, oh, he could have made it there. Where are you going, Lings? Why are you dancing? Get down there. Okay, at least they can force a liftoff at the very least. Pick off a couple SCVs. Marines, Marauders coming down. Lings running away. I mean, they... All right, Dark. I mean, I know you want to keep your Lings alive, but I feel like you could have stayed there for a few more seconds, done some damage to that third base, but instead pretty much unscathed at the moment. Fourth base on the way for Dark here to the right side. Again, there's this overlooking cliff here you have to worry about getting dropped at, but holy queens, medevac picked off, full medevac dead. Wow, here at this fourth base for Dark, he does manage to save it. Liberators, Marines coming up while everybody's distracted into the natural base, into the back door. Liberator setting up defender mode circles. Banelings trying to morph in, not ready yet, not ready. More Banelings coming in from a different location and forcing a pickup and a retreat. Marauder left behind and gets killed. Banelings do not explode, which is excellent. Dark did not want Banelings to be wasted on that single Marauder for sure. Spore Crawler here at the natural base for Dark. He's worried about drops there. The third base undefended entirely though. And a Spore Crawler on the way here at the fourth. So he is defending what he wants to. What he feels like are the most tempting targets for ByuN, the most delicious places to land his Marines and chew up his drones. Hive on the way for Dark. 2 medevac drops sneaking around this right side. Ling's trying to sneak on in the left side. Again, just handfuls. It's not really enough to do tons of damage. But I guess checking for additional bases. ByuN might be expanding like a madman, and Dark is making sure that is not the case. Baneling's trying to morph in, but guess what? ByuN saw that. ByuN saw that. I'm going to force cancels on these. Bloop, 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 bloop. And Dark cancels most of them on his own. And the Lings get massacred because they were not being controlled by Dark at that moment. Double medevac drop, trying to figure out where they want to go. I don't know where they want to go. They're landing on the high ground above this fourth base. Again, this high ledge is a huge problem for just defending in general, no matter what race you are. Ling's coming on up saying, what up, Marines? We see you there. We have +2/+2. You also have +2. No, +2/+1. All right, so Liberator here trying to help out. Too late for that. Another attack up this left side of the natural base. A favorite attacking point of ByuN. That is for sure. Queens, can they hit those medevacs from here? Maybe they can. I don't know. Good Baneling hits, though. Wow, really getting some big-time shots on those Marines, but not enough to kill all of them. And with ByuN, you kind of have to kill all of them. Like this, for example. Very nice indeed. Forcing a retreat. Widow Mine shots. Oh, big-time Widow Mine shot there. 4 kills on that Widow Mine. Again, drop on the high ground. At this fourth base, more and more drones are being killed. Liberator. Oh, Dark was not paying attention to his main base, just like I wasn't paying attention. Lost a bunch of drones there. Ling's chasing away the attack at the fourth base. There's an attack here at the natural by ByuN as well. Liberator gets killed by these Queens. Again, the extra range by the Queens is a godsend for Zerg. The Queens need to take out those medevacs. Focus down the medevacs. Get them. Get the medevacs. Nope, can't do it, but did force back the rest of the army nonetheless. Ling's getting us around on this group. ByuN, man, attention must have been elsewhere on this high ground above the fourth base, because that's a lot of dead Marines when it wasn't necessarily required to be the case. Liberator with 19 kills. What? 19 kills. Ultralisk Cavern on the way for Dark. He did win game number 2 with Ultras, so maybe getting there is kind of his win condition, which is why ByuN's tried to kill him sooner than that in the games that he has won, which is understandable. It makes a lot of sense. Queen trying to get rid of this 19-kill Liberator. She's going to get him. She's going to get her and junk. Big old army here at the fourth base again, but guess what? Banelings, Queens, Lings ready in reserve to come down. I'm not sure what they're doing right now, but they're not super interested in attacking yet. They do, again, have the +2/+2, making them that much more tanky, that much more DPS-y. Lings come in, say, hey, Liberator, we don't care about your defender mode circle. Was that Widow Mine shot in his own stuff? I think Widow Mine might have killed his own stuff there from ByuN. That's not a good feeling. That's, in fact, a bad feeling. Officially a bad feeling. Marines on the high ground taking down Queens with that +2 armor. Hard to kill, but hard for the Queens to kill them as well, as they do have that +2 armor now. Single Changeling here. He says, don't kill me, guys. I'm your friend. And they say, you're right. You are. We're not going to kill you. First Ultras are popping for Dark, though. How are their upgrades right now? +2, +2. Yep, kindness plating getting started immediately for Dark, getting a 5th base at the same time. 4th base just now finishing for ByuN on this high ground between the two sides of the map. Creep spread not as good as it could be, but considering that ByuN has been all over it for the last 10 minutes, I don't know how better it could be for Dark in my personal and professional opinion. +3, +3 on the way for ByuN, a little bit later than it usually is. A little bit later, slipping up a tiny bit here, but it'll be here in the next minute or so, which is good enough. Good enough. Lings, Banelings, Ultras dealing with a Marine Marauder attack here at this 5th base. Good splits. Widowmines unburrowing themselves. I mean, maybe to avoid friendly splash damage. They do damage to their own stuff, which is a small comfort to some Zerg players that I know. Marines and a Marauder sneaking on up to the 4th base. A handful of Banelings and Lings here to defend that. Again, Dark doing a good job not keeping his whole army in one place. He has units in multiple locations. Lings here. Banelings getting some hits off, though, and not target firing is ByuN. Oh, no. Oh, no. That did not go super well at all. Ultra comes in to clear it on out. Does not even bother lifting up. Ultra gets 3 kills. Big attack to this 4th base, but again, Queens, Banelings are here. More Ultras coming in from time to time. Kindness plating finishing. Widowmine shots, big time. 4 and 2 kills on those Widowmines. This one has 17 kills. Lings catching this Marine group, trying to get home to their medevacs. No, getting surrounded. Not good. Not good. Ultra taking direct fire from these Marauders. Finally does get taken down. Another Ultra ready to go. Widowmine shots. 36 kills. That is a hero Widowmine. 36 kill Widowmine at the 14th minute of this game. I mean, I feel like he's keeping ByuN in this game single-handedly right now. Resources lost, 70,000 for the Zerg, only 13,000 for the Terran. Again, cost efficient. Cost efficiency is what Terran is all about, and especially in the hands of a player as good as ByuN is. +1 air weapons on the way for the ByuN. Adrenal glands coming up for Dark. And he's not working on additional armor upgrades. Does he not have 3? He has 2, not working for 3. He did this in game 2 as well. I don't know if he doesn't feel like there is much benefit in getting +3 ground carapace or what. I just feel like 8 armor is good if 7 armor is good. Picking off a Liberator from distance are these Queens. Another attack to this 4th base from the high ground. See, this high ground's a problem. It turns out. Spore Crawler up there getting some shots off on medevacs, and actually major shots off on medevacs as the Lings come to save it. They do manage to save it. Some Marines and Marauders coming up here to the 4th base, a little bit unsupervised. They get murdered by Banelings and ByuN forced to retreat from this 4th base as well. So these players are throwing jabs left and right, hitting each other over the head with 2x4s. A lot of Widowmine spread here. I think, no, he's still alive. 36 kill. Widowmine with 5 hit points to his name is still here. Hero Widowmine. Hero among the Terran Swarm. Terran Dominion. Vipers on the way. 2 of them. Dark doesn't want too many Vipers, but enough for the Abducts like he saw in game number 2. Would make sense. Another attempt at a Baneling Morphin here to potential 5th base from ByuN. He's going to try to roll it into this 3rd base, possibly? That's what I would do if I was him, but no. ByuN, 6th Sense, detects them and kills them all before they could do anything. Ah! The best laid plans of mice and men and Dark. The best laid plans. Corruptors on the way. Dark now has the composition that he wants. He's got Vipers, Lings, Ultras, Queens, Banelings, and Corruptors to deal with this Liberator, Marine, Marauder, Widowmine attack from ByuN. He's setting up shop here. Is he ready to do this? I don't know. He's just sitting on the edge of the creep, killing creep tumors, waiting for that creep to recede. Pulling up a little bit. Scanning, maybe. Yep, there's the scan. And Banelings, Ultras on top of everything here. Creep tumors are dying. 4th base is under assault. Are there any tanks? No. Switching for Liberators. None. Making the tech switch again into Liberator. Coming in with the Vipers. There's the Abduct. There's the Abduct. And there's the Q for Dark to move in with his Ultras and his Banelings. Coming from the backside. Ultras as well. Don't quite like what they see. Going to try to kill some of these reinforcing units. But yes, the Swarm is here. Transfuses keeping these Ultras alive longer than they normally would be. Vipers coming in getting shot by Widowmines. Not good. Lings on this Planetary Fortress at the 4th base. Terran army still alive. Corruptors want to kill as many of these medevacs as they can, and picking up a good handful of them here in the bit. Widowmines with 1 kill and 0 kills. More and more though. 4 kills, 2 kills, 6 kills. Where is your overseer? Where is it? You're making them. He's making them. So low on HP are these Marines and these Marauders and these medevacs too. but still fighting. Finally, Overseer's here, clearing out the Widowmine minefield. The Queen stuck off creep, getting murdered as they try to run for their Zergy lives. ByuN doing this thing. Doing it at the 4th base once again. Liberators, just a small handful. It's 146 to 122 total supply. ByuN has a lead. He's got a lead, but it's 73 to 60 harvesters as well here. ByuN is trying to take a 5th at the location that Dark has tried to set up Baneling attacks, tried to stage those. Corruptors trying to clear out them. Liberators shooting at them from distance with their parasitic spores. Banelings again getting hits as best as they can do. Widowmine's firing, boosh, killing himself by killing a Baneling right next door. Are there enough? Yes. Liberator count is falling precipitously. There are 17 Liberators killed so far. There is only 1 left. Dark's doing an amazing job keeping that Liberator count down. Just absolutely gorgeous. Mules called down at this 5th base for ByuN. 60 to 73 workers, but again, that income is going to be pretty much the same right now. Yep, about 2,800 with that mule income helping immensely. More gas income right now for Dark than for ByuN. And what was that? Is that a Baneling attack? That was something. That was something down there, but ByuN managed to handle it just fine. Thank you. Ultra's here again with 7 armor, not 8. Dark has no interest in going for 8 armor. I don't know what it is. Planetary Fortress is here, but there are 3... Nope, not enough. 3 Ultras against the Planetary Fortress and most of the army for ByuN. Nope, pulling back. Pulling back as Dark doesn't like what he sees. Gonna maybe try to attack at this 5th base, which is not a Planetary Fortress. It is not. 1 Liberator here. A lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders. Widowmine getting a shot, killing a Corruptor there. More Corruptors on the way to replace the ones that have died thus far. How many Corruptors have died? 8 of them? 8 of them. Lings going for it. Ultra's in the front, too. I don't know, man. Baneling's trying to hit, but ByuN just too fast for it. Too fast for the Banelings. Ultralisk in your mineral line, though. That's not what you want to see. Chasing this whole army back. Are these Ultras and these Banelings finally target firing them as only ByuN can do, and both the Ultras fall, but guess what? An Ultra cleaned out your entire mineral line. 17 SCVs killed. 17! By this dude. He's got 13 of them, and his Ling friends get the rest. He is going to die, but he earned his rest for sure. Is he going to die? Maybe he's not going to die. He lives. He lives by running away. More Zerg units should do that. More. 73 to 40 harvesters, 134 to 144 total supply. ByuN did save his 5th. He didn't save his SCVs, but he did save his 5th. Ultra, does he want to come back down for round number 2? I think he's going to try. I think he's going to try to get all these mules, actually. Army coming back to defend, though. Ultra biding his time. Biding his time. Army move out, and then Ultra moves in. That's what we're seeing here. Move in. Move in, Dirk. Lings here to assist their big brother, Ultralisk. Again, with 14 kills to his name. Lings sneaking in. Ultra not getting in on this action. Oh, the backdoor attack. ByuN, he... not good. Running for their lives. Setting up shop again is ByuN at this 4th base of Dark, but he loses everything. Forcing a liftoff on this 5th base. ByuN needs to do something now. He needs to do something now. He needed that 5th base. He doesn't have it. 6th base up and running for Dark very nicely. Not getting gas. He doesn't really need it at this point. 4th base could fall, though. Out of Dark. I don't know if that's what he wants. I'm pretty sure that's not what he wants. He doesn't want to lose bases. Lings up here. Ultra tracing SCVs to the Planetary Fortress, but again, very wisely retreating. Ultralisk with 16 kills is an assassin. Going to try to kill some more stuff before he dies. 18. 19 kills. Let's make it around 20. Man, look at him go. Look at this dude go. 22. 23. Widowmine does not fire on him, but he's going to die to this Planetary Fortress, I think. Big time battle on up here. Lings, Ultras, Banelings, Corruptors. Goodbye, Liberator. That's the only one. Nope, there's one more remaining right here. Does have 11 kills to its name. A little bit overstimmed here is ByuN. Our hero Ultra did die to the Planetary Fortress. That has 25 kills. Nicely done. Nicely done, friend. Planetary Fortress. Again, Lings, Ultras, Corruptors. Dark says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Corruptors trying to kill those medevacs. He's killed a lot of them so far. 13 to be exact. Liberator up to 12 kills now. 6th base under assault here. Just a handful of Ultras here. Again, Dark is fighting for his tournament life right now. Can the Lings do something about this 5th base? And single Ling. Ling's getting the surround. So few SCVs remaining for ByuN. Overstimmed unit 67 to 13 remaining harvesters for ByuN. He is not mining hardly at all right now. Just a handful of Ultras here, though. Dark is fighting for his very life. Drone pull. Drone attack. Drones attacking, absorbing shots. Corruptors trying to kill these medevacs. Lings coming from the backside. Banelings getting some shots off the Ultra. On top of all these units, 9 kills. And Corruptors, goodbye. Liberator, final one gone. Goodbye. Widow Mines 2, 98 to 44. Total supply. What does Dark have? He has 2 Ultras, 12 Lings, an Overseer, and 4 Corruptors. Where are the Corruptors? It doesn't matter. ByuN calls the GG. ByuN is defeated. And Dark is victorious. Hanging on for his dear life right now. Does manage to bring it back to 3 games to 2 after game number 5. Oh, that was one of the best games ever I've ever cast from CVT. Both these players so very, very good. Again, Dark didn't have anything at the end there. He didn't. Look at that. 11 Lings and 2 Ultras and 4 Corruptors. That's it. The attacks at the 5th were absolutely imperative for Dark to do this, to shut this down. If ByuN has a fully mining base here and a fully mining base here, I think he wins. I really do think ByuN wins this thing, but this wasn't a planetary fortress, which I think should have been. Might have been a mistake from ByuN on that one, and that is so many dead SCVs. 47 SCVs killed, 21 drones killed, 753 Lings. So many dead Zerglings, 94 dead Banelings. Again, those are Banelings that ByuN killed, not that exploded on their own volition, I'm pretty sure. 11 Ultras, 3 Vipers, 19 Queens died, 45 Creep Tumors, 276 Marines, 42 Marauders, 23 Liberators, 17 Medevacs, and a Reaper, along with 41 Widow Mines. A lot of dead Widow Mines. Okay, so that's game 5. Let's move into game number 6 here. And we'll be back in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to game number 6 between ByuN and Dark from this 2016 WCS Global Finals Series. In the top left side of Frost, the latter edition, we find the blue Terran player who needs no introduction. It is ByuN. And his opponent, in the top right side of the map, it is the red Zerg player Dark, currently down 3 games to 2 in this best of 7 series. ByuN just has to win 1 more of these games. Of the final 2, he just has to win 1 in order to come out on top here against his opponent Dark and win 1 for Terrans everywhere. On the other hand, Dark needs to win both. He needs to win Game 6 and Game 7 to go home a victor here today. So we'll see how he does. We'll see if he can pull this thing out. Again, stranger things have happened. This is Zerg. After all, again, patch 3.7, so not quite as strong as they are in 3.8. He doesn't have the Hydras. He doesn't have the extra HP Banelings that everybody loves so much from the Swarm side of things, but still, he's got 8 Armor Ultras, he's got Corruptors, he's got Vipers, he's made good use of all of those things in the 2 games that he's won so far, and it is going to be a double barracks opening. Double barracks opening here. All right, so here we go. We're going to go to name this group of Reapers the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You guys remember watching that show? Remember watching it when you were a kid, probably? Probably not when you were an adult, just because, man, that was a long time ago. Long time ago. And they're making a movie. Did you see that as well? They're making a movie of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is interesting from ByuN because he doesn't know where his opponent is. Like, going mass Reaper opening makes a lot more sense if you know where your opponent is going. You can send the Reapers to where they are and do work. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's going to send... Does he see this Overlord? How does he know to go this way? Map hacks! Map hacks. Is he just guessing? I mean, that is technically... I think that's the closest distance. The closest base that could be. I don't know. Either way, here he goes. He's moving out with his Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This one's going to be the red Power Ranger, just because I think he's generally in charge. Or is that the green? The green Power Ranger was sometimes in charge, too. I think that was the battle. Red versus green. It was Christmas to find out who was going to be on top here. ByuN going for that 3rd barracks, too. So it's a 3 racks Reaper opening. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers here to murder the evil, venomous Zerg. 4 Lings are out. A Queen just about to pop here at the natural as well. KD8 charge being tossed on down on that ramp. And first of all, the red Power Ranger does have a Reaper kill. Good micro so far from Dark, getting him out of there, but guess what? Surprise! 2 Reapers. KD8 charge blowing her back, though. Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler on the way. Oh, to save the drone. Okay, there we go. There's the cancel, keeping the drone alive. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, I forgot they do that. Forgot they do that sometimes. More of the Power Rangers showing up. This one is the white Power Ranger. White Power Ranger here. Don't say white power. People will get the wrong idea. But here they are, Power Rangers getting a drone. KD8 charges being tossed on down, knocking those drones back. Ling's trying to get shots here too. They don't have speed yet. So this is problematic for Dark thus far. The Queen trying to get rid of the Power Rangers. The fourth one shows up. It's the pink Power Ranger. The pink one. Again, I think a lot of us from that generation might have had a bit of a crush on the pink Power Ranger. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie to you there. So the 4 Power Rangers are here. They've got more friends coming, though. There we go, the 5th Power Ranger, the yellow Power Ranger. And I think that's all there is. There's red, green, white, yellow, pink. Right? Am I missing? Oh, there's the blue. The blue Power Ranger is here, too. Okay, so the blue one. That was the like sciencey dude with the glasses, right? Pretty sure that's the case. So the Power Rangers doing a great job so far. They have killed some things. 10 Lings and a drone thus far, keeping that pressure up. 27 to 24 Harvesters. He is SCVing back home like a madman. ByuN is, you never question his macro. Never even think about questioning his macro, or he will personally slap you in the face. Although being slapped by ByuN might be a bit of an honor, honestly. So 4 Queens here at the front, trying to throw down creep tumors, desperately trying to throw down creep tumors to extend this creep. So many explosions. 1 Queen does die. The Power Rangers have picked up additional units. Additional friends are here. I don't think there are 10 Power Rangers, but maybe over the course of all the different incarnations there were. Another Queen gonna die. Boom! Corpse flying right there. Ling's trying to get that surround, but again, KD8 charges really defeat that surround concept pretty well. Pretty well. 2 Reapers have died. I mean, 2 Power Rangers have died, unfortunately, to this point. ByuN, man, he wants to finish this thing off fast. He wants to win Game 6 and go home. This 3-Rax Reaper is intended to win quickly, and the fact, the longer it goes on, I think the better it is here for Dark. Dark is not actually getting Ravagers. I think maybe he was scared off from going Ravagers in Game 3 and losing anyway. He's droning up, he's getting Evolution Chambers, he's getting Queens. He's just going to defend with straight-up Queens right now. Overlord does die. I think that was scouting inside ByuN's base. ByuN is working on a starport right now, getting a reactor on that factory as well. I think we're going to see some drops, some drop follow-ups. Transfuses on the Queens. Speedlings coming with that surround. Oh, the high ground, though. The high ground working well for the Power Rangers. Another one is dead, however. No, what? I thought for sure one of them had died there, but no, they're going home. They're going home to rest and recoup. They did well. They did well. Let's just say that. Dark really needs to throw down to third base, and he is. Look at that. Third base timing, impeccable. Out of Dark. Reapers going home. Could not kill the Zerg. This is not looking good for ByuN. Again, ByuN, if he wins Game 6, he wins the whole darn thing, but if he doesn't, he needs to play Game 7 against Dark, which is something I'm sure he doesn't want to do. He does not want to play Game 7 against Dark. Not with, again, we're going Ling, the Ling upgrades, the melee attack, and the ground carapace, which he's done in every game so far that he's able to get upgrades anyways. Go for these 2 upgrades. Baneling Nest on the way too. I mean, I can pretty much predict what we're going to see from Dark. A quick lair. At some point here, we're going to go for Baneling Speed. We're going to get +2/+2 for the Lings and the Banelings and the Ultras. Get a couple Vipers. There's a 4th base on the way from Dark as well. Excellent decision-making skills. And I'm actually surprised it doesn't have a lair coming up yet. I guess going for the 4th base is a problem. Lings and KD8 charges. It's a Marine. Oh, Marine Power Ranger push. Not looking good. Not looking good here for Dark. That is a lot of stuff right now. It's 94 to 78 total supply. ByuN has a very nice lead on his opponent. Dark needs some time for that 4th base to kick in. I'm not sure he's going to be allowed to get it, though. Queens at the front. Lings trying to come from the backside, but it's just too much. Slow Banelings here, but I mean, they're getting target fired from distance by everybody. Look at that. Banelings just dying by the dozens here. And by the dozens, I mean like 3 or 4. Are all the Reapers dead? 9 Reapers are dead. That's a lot of dead Reaper. Is there one in here? No. Where are the rest? Where's the rest of our Reapers? That's a Marine. They are all dead. How are there... Hang on. There were 10. There were 10 Reapers. There are 9 dead. There are none on the field. What happened? Is my unit counting thing messed up? It looks like it's messed up. Regardless, the Power Rangers are dead. Let's just say that. Power Rangers have died, deceased. Kaput, fini, they are gone forever and ever. Amen. Marines are now on the show. On the clock. They're trying to kill as much as they can. Again, both these players, they just refuse to lose battles. how do you say this? Lose them decisively, right? Yes, they'll lose them. Yes, they'll lose some units, but as soon as it looks like they're going to get overrun, ByuN pulls away. He saves what he can, so the next time his attack is stronger than it otherwise would be. He just doesn't allow himself to get surrounded and absolutely murdered. He picks up and he boosts out when things look bad, and that just over time, saving a Marine here and there, saving a group of Marauders here and there, definitely pays off in the long run. It's kind of like a snowball rolling down a mountain. It's a little snowball, but you pick up a few units here and here and there and there, and suddenly you've got a giant avalanche, and the Zerg player finds itself completely outclassed. Himself or herself outclassed. Speed on the way for the Banelings. There is a lair because he's getting speed. There it is. There's the lair. Macro hatch on the way from Dark 2. The sneaky attack down south by ByuN does get spotted. Doesn't get cleaned up, but gets spotted by the Zerg player, killing creep tumors. Again, Dark loves creep tumors. ByuN loves killing creep tumors. They are a match made in heaven that way. Hellbats are here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. This is reminding me of game number 4 on Apotheosis. Was it game number 4? With the massive Hellbat play, with the Marines, with the stim, and the +1/+1, and Dark just had a hard time with it. But I think this time where he avoided losing many drones, he only lost 1. He's at 54 to 62 workers. He doesn't have to make 20 to catch up to ByuN. ByuN has more workers than he had in that game before, so this is not a direct comparison, but still. I'm seeing a lot of similarities here. Ling trying to harass here at the third base and actually going to get a couple SCV kills because the SCVs are fighting back, but guess what? Ling's with +1/+1. Pretty buff dudes. Pretty buff dudes, but not enough to kill 3 SCVs, unfortunately. Ling's trying to sneak up along this top path. Marines, Marauders ready for that. Ready for that. Going to high ground harass the fourth base. Run, drones, run. Pull drones, and they are pulling away a little bit. Ling's getting that surround, but again, there's the pickup and the retreat. Baneling's getting some shots off for sure. How did SCVs die there? Maybe that was just left over from this particular area. I think it was. Landing inside the main base again. Some Lings up here to chase them away. See, ByuN doesn't get overrun. He does not get overrun. Infestation Pit finishing up just now for Dark, popping into existence. And +2/+2 on the way for these Lings and Banelings and Ultras that we will surely see at some point. I'm surprised we don't have Vespene Geysers taken by extractors here at this fourth base or the third base from Dark. He doesn't quite have the gas income that I would expect for someone going Ultras, but perhaps he'll get there. Perhaps he will throw them up at some point. Small drop here by ByuN trying to come up to this natural base. Getting spotted by like 6 Overlords, though. I think Dark saw this. Bit of an attack here. Widow Mines here as well. Drop at the back of this natural base. Ling's trying to clean that one out. Marines here, however, on the high ground and the low ground at the fourth base, pushing up the front at the same time. ByuN, how is he doing this? How is he doing everything at the same time? I guess these guys aren't necessarily being babysat, but oh, they were getting saved. Landing here in the main base as well. Hive coming up while attacking at the front with Marauders against these Lings and these Banes. Banelings coming in, this swinging for the flank, getting a nice hit off. Great hit off there. Dark survives, but the fourth base under direct assault. Main base as well, losing drones, losing Queens. Dark is being pulled in several directions at once. The Liberator finally gets destroyed by the Queens there at the front lines, but Widowmine shots everywhere. 10 kills on that Widowmine, 3 kills on that Widowmine. This third base being assaulted as well. So many dead drones. The main base is basically being owned by ByuN right now. The Hive pops up, but I don't know that it actually matters for Dark. What's he making? He's making a handful of Lings, 6 Lings, 12 Lings. He's trying to win this thing with straight up Zerglings. Do they have the +2/+2? They have +2 attack and +1 armor. +2 armor. No, +2 armor now is there. It is there. Lings coming in to finish it off. Can they get rid of this Terran infestation? No, the third base fully. Oh, it's dead as well. So many dead drones. 19 drones killed. Again, Dark is saving it, but he's just slowly, methodically getting whittled down here in game number 6. ByuN is multitasking beyond that which I have seen from many players in StarCraft 2. Main base attack is over, finally, but guess what's coming up the middle? ByuN on these 3 bases, so many Marines. The Banelings explode on absolutely nothing. Lings trying to do what they can, but without Baneling support, it's just not going to be enough. They are all dead. It's 166 to 62 total supply. More Banelings gone, and that's it. GG from Dark. Dark is defeated, and ByuN is victorious in our 7-game series, taking the WCS Global Finals victory, and Terran with a major win in patch 3.7, making Terran people happy everywhere in the world, and representing so well the race that so many people play. Woo! Aggression from ByuN. Again, what it came down to was once Dark really got his ultras out, he gave ByuN everything he could handle. So that's why ByuN's game plans generally try to end the game before the 15-minute mark, before the 14, 13-minute mark, before ultras could pop. You'll notice that Dark's Hive popped out and ByuN was on the warpath already on these 3 bases. The Reaper opening intended to slow down Dark's economy to the point where the ultras aren't coming out at the 10-minute mark or the 11-minute mark or the 12-minute mark, but again, the 14, 15-minute mark, which is exactly where ByuN needs it to be for his mid-game to do what it does. So again, picking off those banelings from distance, 32 banelings picked off from distance there by ByuN. Just gorgeous play. 246 lings died, 67 marines, 7 marauders, 9 reapers. I swear it was 10. I swear it was 10, but no, it wasn't. So, woo! All right, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void Best of 7 series. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. And how would you not like what you saw and what you heard today? What incredible play from 2 amazing players. Whew. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. Visit me over there. You will not regret it. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.